Hey there, CS360 students. So in this recording, we're going to go through the actual implementation of the recycler view with that band application. So in the last recording, we did introduce the recycler view and give you some details on it, but let's go ahead and actually hook it up in this recording. So what we want to do is we want to replace our list of bands with a scrollable recycler view. And again, where the idea is it will only keep in memory the ones that are currently being displayed. So to do that, we're going to add a dependency to our build.gradle file. So let's go ahead and copy that dependency, go to your Gradle scripts and find the one for the app. And we're going to include the recycler view, and we'll go ahead and sync that with Gradle. Next thing we want to do is we're going to change what the fragment list XML file looks like. So that current layout, all it is a linear layout. And what we want to do is we're going to replace all of that with the recycler view. So you can see that it knows that it's a recycler view that's going to have a list of items in here. So it's going ahead and it's already prepped for that. And then what we're going to do is add this layout, which will be what the recycler view is going to contain. And you can see in here that it's just going to contain a simple text view that will contain the band name. So let's go ahead and add that layout. So list item band.xml. And we'll go to the code and we will paste in that right there. So let's take a look at it. And what we have here is that we will have a element that will look simply like this right here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is update the code in the list fragment.java file. So originally the onCreate view was inflating a linear layout, and then it was going to the database, getting the bands, and then creating buttons, creating them as buttons, adding them to the layout, and so forth. What we're going to do is replace what's in there with this code right here that's going to create a recycler view. So let's go ahead and import that. And we're going to import that. So this is going to create a recycler view. It's going to set its layout as a linear layout. And then we're going to have a band adapter that's going to use the same code before that got all the bands. And then a recycler view has an adapter that we add to it. So this band adapter, this code is provided to us right here. So let's go ahead and get these two classes. And so we'll go ahead and put those down here towards the bottom. And we're probably going to need an import here. And all right, so let's talk about what we have here. Make sure that we are good to compile, and indeed we are. So the band adapter has a list of bands. And so when this gets created, we provide it the list of bands. When it gets created, it will grab the layout and it will return a new band holder. So that's what this is right here. So we'll come up with that here in a second. And then it's going to have the ability to get the band by the position that's selected, as well as get the item count. So if we come up here to the band holder, it holds a band, and then it has a text view that's going to be displaying the name of the band. So you can see right here that they're going to inflate the layout. It's going to have an on-click listener, and then the text view that's associated with it is going to be pulled in. When bind is called, again, these are kind of callbacks that happen with a recycler view. So when bind is called, we're going to have the band provided. We're going to set the text of its text view to the name of the band. So again, keep in mind that this list item band right here has a text view associated with it. Next thing to do here is I went ahead and added some band names. So if you go to the resources, values, strings file, I went ahead and added in some additional band names. So I think I've got all the additional bands added. I didn't change the order. And you can see for the descriptions, I just added, that there would be info associated with them. And I believe that should be everything we need to get up and running. So let's go ahead and run this application. So let me pull this over. Let's get the device manager up and running. So here it is. So cross your fingers, we're going to run this. And hang tight, I'll be back when I get my configuration available. And here it is. So now I can go ahead and run this app. And I'll be back when this is built. Okay, great. So here you can see that it is built. And so again, if I scroll, and I might be at the end there, right? Is REM the last name in our strings? Yes, it is. I need to add an additional one. So this isn't going to scroll through, but I should be able to click and I get the information. So if I go back, again, I can click a different one, get the information. Let's make it so that it is scrollable here. So let me go ahead and stop that. And we will add an additional band. So we'll add Metallica. And we'll add its information. So great. Let's, well, we'll add another one here. So item, we'll add poison. If I can spell. And we'll add the information about them. I think I got a typo there, but that's okay. So now let's try to run this. And so now you can see that we are scrolling through, and again, it is only keeping track of the ones that are currently available. So it's a memory reducing widget. Okay, so that is the recycler view hooked up. And in this case, what we did was we are simply using the strings that are associated here coming from our band database.